Today I'll be sharing how I made this very delicious owo soup. I made this, it came out so delicious and I thought to share. Hi everyone and welcome back. For this recipe I'll be using assorted protein. Please feel free to use any protein of choice. Feel free to use any protein that you have. I just love the fact that I got some ungolo, also known as sea snail. It took it from 1 to 100. Shout out to Nina Mark. Thank you so much for loving the recipes. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. Please let me know where you're watching from so I can give you a shout out in my next video. I cooked that up for some time and at this time, I'll go ahead to add water enough to cook my soup and to cook that protein until it is tender. While that is cooking, I went ahead to add some water into my curry. You see all those particles floating? We don't want that, okay? I'm gonna rinse that multiple times until I get rid of them completely. Now this is the calm potash that I'm going to be using. I added some water into it. I gave it a stir and I set it aside. Into another bowl, added half cup of starch, added some water, and I whisked it until it is all dissolved. Added some part of the potash solution that I showed you earlier, and I'll mix this so well. Now go back to check on what we have cooking. Those proteins I was taking them out, and when it was almost ready, I added them back, and at this time I took them off so they don't overcook. Added some grounded pepper. This recipe requires you to use grounded pepper, okay? This is the gari that we soaked earlier. This is how it is looking. Please feel free to add as much as you want it and give it a stir. Now cover this to cook in order to help me melt that gari. I left that to cook for about 12 minutes and this was 12 minutes later. I went back to stir. You see the gari is melting. It is not completely melted. By the time the soup is ready, it will all be melted. Now I introduce our protein, added some washed smoked catfish, added some periwinkle. I always love periwinkle in this recipe. Added some smoked mackerel fish. This is optional. Added a lot of crayfish. You know I love crayfish, right? At this time I added palm oil. Add palm oil based on how much you want it. Give it a stir until it is well combined. At this time I tried it and I saw that I needed to adjust the taste. Added some little salt and more seasoning and I give it a stir. Now I'll cover this to continue cooking. This cooked and you see how beautiful the soup is looking already. The aroma in my house at this point is heavenly. I gave it a stir like that and at this time added a starch and potash mixture. This helps us to thicken up the soup. Just add based on how thick you want it. You see how thick? You know I don't like my soup very thick like that. Added a little bit of water to help me loosen it up. And this is my favorite consistency. I left it to cook and it is ready. I paired this with starch and guys, it was so good. Let me know if you're going to be trying this out. I hope you enjoy watching this. Thank you so much for watching.